Okay, now let's get started. I think it's very important to remember that we're talking about lessons that came from the greatest ball striker that ever lived. Very few people who saw him hit a golf ball dispute this. So we're not talking about this range pro or this famous golf coach or this or that. We're talking about Ben Hogan, okay? He left us 2 books, he left us some video lessons, and he left us some letters. He left us a lot, okay? So the very first thing I'm gonna start with is his lesson from the Shell's Wide World of Wonderful Golf, or whatever the heck that thing is called, where he talks about using the lower body first.
Well, the most important thing in a golf swing to me is the movement of the lower body from the top of the swing. And if you don't mind, I'll demonstrate. First off, you start down below your knees and your hips. At the top of the swing, you move the lower part of your body, not your shoulders, the lower part of your body, letting your arms and hands follow, bringing you into position to hit. But this is the first movement, there. Then you release at the bottom. Most people do it entirely opposite. They rotate their shoulders first instead of their lower body. As a result, they come across the ball and hit the outside of the ball instead of the back of it. If you don't mind, I'll hit a ball, and the first thing to watch is what starts first from the top of the swing.
This is really crucial to get the correct sequencing in your downswing. He says that the lower body should turn before the upper body. Now, if your upper body's tense, it's gonna go right with it, okay? But we have to think about that first in our golf swing, that we're gonna have lower body action and that the lower body is gonna move first before the upper body. This is what lag really is. The second important concept that Hogan gave us was the idea of the single plane, where he drew the plane from the golf ball over the top of his shoulders and said you should stay underneath that plane of glass and not break it. To me, it's the arms and hands that need to stay under that plane. You can loop the club a little bit, but as long as the arms and hands stay under that plane, you're going to be able to come at the ball from the inside, which is crucial.
Clutch your sides with your elbows and visualize your elbows being attached to your body and your arms instead of at your shoulders.
Okay, if you do Hogan's elbow drill that he talked about on the Ed Sullivan show, this is going to guarantee that you do not come over the ball. The reason why people hit these wicked slices is because their arms get initiated from the top, disconnected, and they pull down over the top. If your elbow stays in here, you're gonna come back at the ball from the inside. This is very important to keep in mind. Now, along these same lines, when you begin that downswing, it should feel like it starts with the left side pulling around towards the target. The right side should not feel that you're doing anything. This is another major problem, is that instinct to hit with the right side right from the top. You want to wait.
If the downswing should be started with the hands or arms so that either should forge ahead of the hip turn, the extension up the left side would be destroyed, and the effect of the unwinding of the body would be lost. It would be like pulling with a slack rope.
Now, if we can remember these 3 main points, we're going to be off to a great start. The first point is that the lower body starts to turn and it pulls the upper body around. That's the first part. The second part is if we can keep our elbows connected to our body, we're going to be much more likely to be able to come at the ball from the inside. This is where we want to be. And then lastly, if we can let our left side feel like it's pulling everything around until our elbow gets into place, Then we fire and thrust with the right side. That's when we need our 3 right hands. We don't want 3 right hands up here. That's going to be a nightmare. We want the 3 right hands when we're here ready to throw this ball. This is a really exciting journey. It's a new chapter in my life. I'm honored to be on this journey with you, and I know it's going to be a great success. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.